Good day, members, Board of Directors, specially invited guests, credit union management and staff. I am Stacey Green McNeil, Chair of the Supervisory Committee, and I'm pleased to present a summarized version of the report of the Supervisory Committee for the period January to December 2021. The entire report can be viewed in the AGM brochure, which is posted on the U.W.I Credit Union website. My presentation will highlight key areas of the work completed by the committee during the period. At the start of the committee's tenure, we felt it necessary to have dialogue with the new alternates to address some of the concerns expressed at past AGMs of alternates' non-participation on the committee. Both first and second alternates were invited to the committee's first meeting, where we discussed their role and circumstances requiring replacement of members where they are not utilized on the committee, training opportunities and possibilities for membership on other board subcommittees. This inclusion proved fruitful as they expressed appreciation and indicated that they had a better understanding of their role and expectations as an alternate. We all can appreciate that there were changes and challenges brought upon by the COVID-19 pandemic, and the work of the Supervisory Committee was too affected by this. During 2021, we were unable to have physical cash verification exercises. However, this exercise was resumed in 2022, and we found no issues regarding the holding and recording of cash. With regards to loans, in addition to the usual monthly reviews of loan applications, the committee also completed reviews into staff officer family loans and wealth creation loans. We identified some operational discrepancies relating to data entry, which did not affect the materiality of the transactions, and is satisfied that queries raised were resolved. Previous Supervisory Committee recommendations indicated the need for further evidence of objectivity in the approach to approving loans. This matter is resolved since the committee has seen evidence of this with improvements made to the loan policy, credit processes, and to credit committees reporting documentation of loan assessments. The monthly bank reconciliation statements for the current and savings account were reviewed, and we were satisfied that there were no issues. Statements were completed in a timely manner, balancing items were properly reflected, transactions were posted in the current period based, totals tallied, and there were evidence of review. As a result of changes in business operations and increase in online deposit by members, there was a higher volume of unidentified deposits since members did not always forward documentation to the credit union after making online deposits. We reviewed these unidentified deposit journal entries and made recommendations for improvements in areas relating to data entry and record keeping. We wish to highlight the visible improvements in the processing system seen over the period and commend the management and team that handles this portfolio. The dividends paid to members in May 2021 were reviewed to ascertain whether the procedure in determining the amount to be paid was followed, and if recommendations made by the Supervisory Committee in August 2019 were taken into consideration. We were satisfied that the procedures were followed and no issues were identified. There was evidence that the recommended inclusions to the process to address the deficiencies identified in August 2019 were made. The credit union continued to fulfill the compliance requirements as stipulated by the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago guidelines on anti-money laundering, counter-financing of terrorism. We were satisfied that the established procedures were being followed and monitored. However, we highlighted a weakness relating to the format of the annual AML-CFT training for new officers in particular. We made recommendations to address this potential deficiency, and the board committed to implement in 2022. With regard to promotions, the committee supervised the monthly draws of the Christmas loan promotions and International Credit Union Month promotions, and were found to be fair, random, and free from any discrepancies. We wish to highlight that the ICU month promotions, which were held via various social media platforms, were managed by an independent contractor and the credit union's involvement included marketing the promotions, confirming the participants were compliant members, and announcing the winners. During the period, a case was brought to the committee by the general manager where a member made a claim of fraud against the credit union. The member claimed to be unaware of a number of loans taken over a 12-month period between 2007 and 2008. The committee conducted an in-depth review to give an impartial position on the complaint and determine whether the member's complaint had any merit and if the credit union conducted its business in accordance with the policies and guidelines. Based on the evidence presented and other key points determined, the committee reasonably concluded that there was no evidence of fraud and the credit union acted in accordance with its policies and guidelines. Members can obtain further information on the approach that the committee took in the expanded report in the AGM brochure. We wish to reassure members that should they have a complaint that is brought to the Supervisory Committee, we will do the necessary in-depth review to address their matter. With regard to the status of Supervisory Committee recommendations, we present a table showcasing the breakdown of recommendations made over the 5-year period, May 2017 to December 2021. As we can see, over the period, a total of 74 recommendations were made. 42 of these are completed, 23 are in the progress, and while 9 were actioned, they need to be verified by the committee. Most of the 23 in progress recommendations are policy related, which we can appreciate will take time. While policies are being developed by the board, however, those aspects that are deemed high risk have been operationalized to mitigate the risk of potential issues occurring. In closing, the committee would like to thank the board and the general manager for the interest in and willingness to address issues identified from our reviews. We wish to highlight and thank the management and staff for the overall support provided and the facilitation of our requests for information for the exercises carried out. We wish to also give thanks to the membership for the trust and confidence placed in the Supervisory Committee over the past year. And finally, I wish to thank my fellow team members, Judith Wright and Keelan Campbell, for their cooperation, flexibility, and relentless support during the period in our pursuit to achieving the committee's goals and objectives. Thank you.